Good morning, ladies. I've decided to go ahead and show you how awesome that Younique is from start to finish. So all that I have done so far is use my Divine Moisturizer, which comes in this really cool little air pump. But I've already put that on. Now I'm going to start with my Glorious Primer, and just one pump is all that I use. So you can see you get quite a bit out of this bottle. So I just kind of smear it everywhere because I have lots of pores and wrinkles and all of those lovely things that happen when you're 38 years old and have worshipped the sun for most of your life. So, okay, I have that good and everywhere. And then we're going to go to my Mineral Touch Cream Foundation. This color is a little bit lighter than my actual color, which you'll see, but I go a little bit darker with the powder, and so it works out great. So I just kind of smear it everywhere, and it gives you really good coverage. You can also put on multiple layers if you want more coverage, but one normally does it for me. And it even comes with this cool little sponge to help you do that. I used to always apply foundation with a foundation brush, but I'm now a convert over to the sponge. And you can see it gives you some really good coverage. And especially with that primer, that's really important step. Okay. And I have a few little issues going on right here, so I'm going to apply a little bit more right there. We also have a great concealer, but I don't think I need that today. Okay, and the cool thing is you get to store your sponge right there, which I really, really like. So now I'm going to follow up with our pressed powder, which comes the same way with a sponge, and it's a little bit darker, so it will get me back to looking like the rest of my body. Okay, and then next I use the Mineral Pressed Blush. The color that I use is Stunning. You can see it's really highly pigmented, but I don't use that much of it. And I make the fishy face, so I'll put it on right. Alright, so we're good there. Next, I typically do my eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and put on our liner in Perfect, which is black. And one thing I want to show you about the liner, I'm going to go ahead and mark it on my hand before we get started, and then I'm going to show you something after we finish. So I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes. And everyone has their own process of what order they put their makeup on, so do what works for you. And I am not a makeup artist, so trust me, you can make this look much better than I do, but this is just to give you a great idea of, first of all, how it doesn't take that long to put on your whole Younique face. Because I have a 4-year-old in the other room, and if I took very long, trust me, she would interrupt me, and she may while we're making this video. Okay. So that is on. Now it's time for the mascara, and you get 2 tubes. And I just hold them both in my hand like this and go ahead and unscrew them. So you have a long tube and a short tube. The long tube is your transplanting gel. I'm going to use a little mirror on this so that I can see to put it on. And you want to make sure that you get your lashes really good with the transplanting gel. Get them good and wet. A lot of people say use your own mascara as a first coat. I see absolutely no need in that. Why should you buy a mascara and then need another product? So I'm going to show you, you don't need one. It works just as good. Here are your fibers. I personally roll them on my hand just so that they go on a little bit better for me. A lot of people like to have them kind of going everywhere and loose, but I like to control them a little bit better because my lashes clump really, really easily because they grow in crazy directions. Okay, and after you have one good coat on, you just go on over to the next eye so that these can dry. So whenever you start on your next eye, just make sure that you get it on there really good. And I'm not super careful with this. If I make a mess, I'm just going to clean it up later. That's why I put on my eyeshadow last, so that if I make a mess with this, it's okay. All right, and then again, you're going to go with your fibers. Okay, and we're going to let those dry. Now, normally, putting this last coat of gel on would be your last step if you only want to use one layer, but I do too because I live in the South and we Southern girls think that bigger is better on everything, whether it's our hair or our lashes. So I'm going to immediately follow it up with another layer of fibers. And you really want to just concentrate on the tips of the lashes, because the first time I tried this, I hated it because I was going all the way down my lashes and I was getting fibers all in my eyes. And Younique has changed its formula since then, but also I was completely putting it on wrong and I wasn't using enough gel afterwards to really lock it in. So again, if you were stopping at one coat, after you put the gel on really good, you're done. But I'm going to go for one more on this eye. Okay, now at this point, while your fibers are drying, before you put that last layer of gel on, I go ahead and just put a little bit of transplanting gel on my bottom lashes. You don't have to put fibers on them. Some people do. I don't. Again, I'm no makeup artist. That would probably end in tragedy. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and finish this off and use a lot of gel because this is your top layer. You're wanting to make sure that those little fibers don't go anywhere. So I have got them on really good. Now you go ahead to the other eye. And ladies, whenever you get long, fabulous lashes and you have droopy eyelids like I do because it's time for Botox and you're 38 years old, you're going to have a mess up there. Which, again, no worries. That's why God invented Q-tips and a makeup remover. So that's what we're going to do right quick. I've got a flat-headed Q-tip. I've got some cheap Almay makeup remover. Again, you don't have to have anything fancy. I just apply a little bit on here and then I clean up my top lid and literally 2 swipes and it's gone. And I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Now we have got some amazing pigments that you can do some really cool stuff with, but I don't have that kind of time in the morning. So this has saved my life. We have Splurge Cream Shadow. This is Dainty, which is kind of a purpley color, but whenever it goes on, it looks like a really pretty lilac. And this is my newest one, so I haven't tried it yet, so we're going to try it together today. This one's called Elegant, and it's more like a golden color. You can get brushes for these, but I just use my finger. And a little dab will do you. You don't need much at all. So, on my finger, and I just smear it in. Get a little bit close to your lash line there, and it is so pretty and shimmery. Makes you feel like a princess, which who doesn't want to feel like a princess all day? And it's on. don't know if you can see how pretty that is. Very natural, very beachy. And this, like I said, a little bitty dab does wonders on this. You don't need much at all. So as you can see, I just opened it for the first time and hardly any is used. So you might think it's a little bit pricey. It's priced in the $20 range, but it will last you forever. So the next thing that I do is either I use liner and line all of my lip with it and then put it on with a gloss, or I use liner and then I go with our lip stain. So today I'm going to go with the stain, and I just line the outside. And there we go. Now I'm going to take our lip stain, and I'm going to use Shy today. It's a really pretty color. And you can see it's very liquidy, so you don't use much at all. You just put it on. And you let it dry. But you can build this color, so you can make it as dark or as light as you want to. I'm going to go for 2. And there we go. And the one thing that I wanted to show you last, so I put this liner on right whenever I was getting ready to put the eyeliner on. These don't streak. I'm rubbing it. It's not going anywhere. I'm rubbing hard and it's not going anywhere. It's the same way with our lip liners. So the liners are amazing. But then the cool part is they come off really easily. Remember this, that I still had a little bit of eye makeup remover on? Coming off very easily with the eye makeup remover. So that's what's really cool to me, is that it stays put, but it's not hard to get off. And that's the same with this lip stain. You can see that I just put it on, kiss my hand, doesn't come off. So start to finish, we're at 12 minutes. My face is done. You can see how long the lashes are over there. And we're done. So that was with me going through tutorials, talking. So realistically, you could have your makeup on from start to finish in about 8 minutes. So this is it. Thank you, ladies.